Wake up and smell the flowers, loved ones. I'm back with a really nice video. I just decided, like, you know what? I might as well just knock it out. I got my good old white shirt on, my hair is up, my lashes are popping. I might as well just go ahead and get a couple of videos going. My dragon voice is down, but the sun is coming up. It's just really good time to just start doing a little more videos. Finish my breakfast, feels really good. Almost done with my coffee. Caffeine's rolling. Okay, done with all the factors. Right now, I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about me because this channel, Eyes on the Moon Fitness, is actually a new channel of mine. I had other videos, but I did not ever put them up. So let's see, how do I start? The title, Eyes on the Moon, it comes from literally just me. It's me. As a child, I've always been fascinated with the moon. Whenever I would see the moon, literally, I would be astounded. Like, my mom would be looking at me like, it's the moon, Cheyenne. Like, okay, come on, it's fine and dandy. And I'm just like, all into it. And if there was a full moon, I used to I used to howl. Sometimes I'm sorry. Sometimes I still, like, every now and again, just a little howl, a little bit. I love the moon. So it's just always been my favorite planet. It's beautiful. The day that I got my glasses, I was just even more amazed because I could see it so clearly. I could even see some of the craters in it. Um Eyes on the Moon. I was always watching the moon. I've always watched it. I still do. And then just as I got older, I began to learn a lot more things about astrology because I used to not be a fan of astrology because when people were talking about their signs, they, would say, okay, well, what's your sign? And then, I'd be like, it's Cancer. And then they'd be like, Cancer. And I'm like, well, not the disease. Like, and it was just like, kind of like, it made me a little insecure because I just didn't want to be like, saying I'm a disease or, it was just weird. But then when I got older, I, learned there's a longer word for it, Cancerian. And then I also learned that, Cancerian people actually the planet that and I'm not like a big astrology person, but the planet that's connected to Cancerian people is the moon. So it's more of a symbol of maternity, of caring, of sensitivity. And I began to embrace it even more. And I was just so excited that I was actually on the same page, like, I wasn't just out here just, and even if I was just out here being a weirdo, I really wouldn't care. But that was just one of those things that I was just really excited when I found out about it. I was just like, see, I know what I'm doing. Anyway, so with that being said, I've always been a person who I didn't like to stay in the box. Like, people would tell me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then I'd rattle off like 5 different things, and I'm just like, yeah, and I'm gonna do it. And they're like, you gotta pick one. And I'm like, why? I didn't understand it. Like, even growing up in grammar school, like, my mom would tell me about the stories and stuff, and it's just like she would tell me how in each grade they would have to re-explain to me the reason why I have to relearn what I already know. And I'm just like, but I learned that last year, so why don't we learn something new this year? They're like, yeah, we're gonna learn something new this year, but you have to test on the old stuff. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I like to progress. I'm always looking past what is, right here. Not in a way of like not being present, but I'm just like, okay, I did that, so on to the next task. Like, I want to learn something else. I want to do something else. I'm growing to different levels because I don't like to be stagnant. So yeah, I just always had that type of mentality. Like, where they say the sky is the limit. Like, I'm just like, my sky is limitless. I could do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I've always been. So with that being said, like, the older I got, like I said, I got to learn more things. I've always been a spiritual person, and I still am. Prayer, belief, faith, all of that stuff. I always made sure that I kept it close to my heart. And then when I found out more about YouTube videos and things like that, I was just super drawn to it, because it's just like, wow, you get to say whatever. You can bring out a message. You can sing. You can do all these things and just express yourself and leave a print out to the world of who you are. You can start a legacy. You can do so many things. And so I got inspired, and this had to be really serious about 2016. And I started writing out my videos, my talking points, and I started recording. I made a couple of different videos, and I'm gonna have to put them up there just so you guys can see. There was really good stuff in there. I even looked back and inspired myself with my own messages. Like, it was pretty great. So yeah, so that's that. And moving forward from there, like, I've always just had a mission to start my own school. So, and when I say school, it's not like traditional school. It's literally like kind of like home. Um, yeah. So I started making videos on small talking points that I never really grasped a full lesson on in my own life experience. And then when I got past it, or felt like I got past it and learned something, I made a video about it just in case somebody else is going through the same thing. So I'll go ahead and I'll put it up. There's really good stuff, but I just was nervous about my production, because I'm using my laptop computer, and I'm still using that right now. The quality is a little different. I did finally get a mic, so I have that now. And I'm slowly but surely building it up. And I'm going to start putting videos up. Let me stop saying and. I'm done with that, okay? So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Eyes on the Moon is literally just continuing to grow, not being afraid of what people are thinking of me, living on purpose, and not putting limits on myself. So yeah, that's me. And the way I live my life, the way I called it, the phenomenon that we call life, and living on purpose, and having your life be in action, I literally make sure that I am not getting caught up, not getting distracted from my destiny, and from loving myself and enjoying my life. It's been a couple of jobs. It only takes me a couple of times to find out that something isn't working for me, and I do not continue to do it because I'm not into self-debauchery, self-debauchery, or whatever, however you say it. I'm not into bringing myself down in any type of way. So if I find that a situation is not very helpful to me, it's not helping me grow, if it's anything like that, I immediately sever it from my life, because I cannot, it's just, I cannot go living like that. You know what I mean? Just knowing that this is terrible, and I'm waking up every morning just heavy, and I, I don't live that way. If I feel that way, I literally make sure that I make a new plan and I do something different. I'm constantly staying thankful, to all the great things that I'm blessed with as far as life goes, and I make sure that I am not having unhealthy things in my life. That sounds simple, but at the same time, it can be difficult because of the way that we've been taught to live. A lot of the times we've been taught that, you gotta struggle, you gotta work hard, you gotta, you're not always gonna win the first time, and you're gonna have to really wait for the things you want. Now, I'm not here to say that that's not true. I am here to say that you have a choice in changing that, because it's true if you believe it. Because once you believe it, that is just what it's going to be. So if you want that to be different, I found that in my years so far of living, that you can literally change that. You don't have to struggle if you don't want to. You don't have to wait forever if you don't want to. I mean, I can be a very, very patient person. Literally, I can wait for, I waited for 45 minutes on the phone one time on hold with a customer service line. That's how patient I am, okay? That's how patient I can be. However, sometimes you just gotta move. You just gotta start doing stuff, because if you wait for too long, moments are gonna pass you by. And I'm not saying that you're not gonna be able to do it. It's just all that time will have went back past, and you're just like, I could have done this. I could have had this done 5 years ago, and you just start feeling bad sometimes, you know what I mean? Or feeling silly. It's just like, why did I wait all that time? Why did I let them talk me out of this? Whatever it is, whatever the case may be. It's very important to just have your own mind and trust that God has given you everything that you need to survive. He said that in the Bible, you know what I mean? So everything that you need to be great in this life, you have. As long as you're alive, you can make money. As long as you can make money, you can make moves. And as long as you can make moves, you can make changes. So, whatever those changes and moves are that you want to have in your life, that's up to you. And make sure that it's your choice. You know what I mean? That's what I always tell myself. Is this what you want to do? Is this what you chose? Because if that's what I chose, then, then it's all good. But if I'm feeling like I'm living somebody else's dream, it's like, okay, I got to start making some changes, So that's just how I live. So that's why I'm able to travel when I want, shop when I want, work when I want, vacation when I want. And when I say vacation, it's different from traveling, because when I travel, I go to see my friends, I wouldn't call that vacationing. I would call that just living. But vacationing is like, just taking time off. Like right now, I'm taking time off to take care of me, because that's important. Once I'm taken care of, I can live and work efficiently. I can have energy. I can, think more, just have different experiences. It's just a wonderful thing. Why not experience it? So yeah, that's all I have for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, getting to know me better, and just being with me and the rest of our viewers in this little family. Okay? That's it for now. Have a wonderful day. Bye.